moms and dads, grandparents, whoever might be in charge of the whole gang. I've got a hat. This is a little different looking. I wear this one because it's red, white, and blue. I wear this one for the freedom that it symbolizes here in the United States. We're free. We have so many freedoms. I want to tell you a little story, and this has to do with my freedom. And had I not changed my ways and maybe got away from the crowd that I was running with, I might not be free today. I could be in jail somewhere, or I could be in prison somewhere. So I want to read a verse to you. It's in Proverbs chapter number 13. Proverbs 13:20 says, "He that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed." So there's two sides, two halves to this verse. The first part says, if you want to be wise, you hang out, you walk with wise people. That makes sense. If you want to be smart, if you want to be wise, if you want to make smart choices, then you hang out with people that are making smart choices, that are smart, that are doing the right thing. And then the back half says, but if you're a companion or if you're a buddy of somebody that's a fool, you'll be destroyed. That verse doesn't say it might work out this way. It says, if you walk with the wise, you'll be wise. If you hang out with a fool, you'll be destroyed. It's pretty serious. So, that tells me I better choose the right kind of people to hang out with. Your friends, maybe you've heard this, your friends will either make you or break you. If you're a young person and your parents have told you, I don't want you hanging out with that group, instead of being mad about that, you got to be glad. You ought to be getting on your knees and thanking God that you've got somebody that cares enough about you to warn you about the group that you're running with. You need to stay away and avoid trouble. And here's my story. When I was, remember I grew up in Cumberland, Maryland, lived on Maple Street up through 5th grade. And during that time there on Maple Street, I became involved. There was a lot of kids in my neighborhood. We played baseball, pickup games of football, sandlot baseball, hide and seek and tag, and rode bikes together. We had a lot of fun times together. But we also got into some trouble. And I remember there was a particular boy that lived down the street from me, 2 or 3 blocks down towards the end of Maple Street. And I won't say, I know his name, but I remember him, and I hope that things went better for him, that he turned things around in his life too. But I remember there was 4 or 5 of us boys that got together, and this one boy was just a little older than the rest of us, and he became the leader of our little group. And it started to be a fun thing for us anyway, and you know, it was the wrong thing, but we started to go into little stores and department stores, and we would shoplift. We would steal things. And so that makes me, I was a thief, and a robber. I took things that didn't belong to me. Sometimes it might be a little tool. Sometimes it was a candy bar or a bag of candy, something like that. One time in particular, you see, I wear glasses, and one time I stole a pair of these little sunglass things that clip onto your glasses. You see baseball players sometimes wear them out in the outfield, and they flip up the sunglass until the ball's hit, and then they flip them down, they in the sunlight, and they run over and catch a ball. I stole a pair of those one time. Put them on my little pair of glasses, wore them home. And my mom asked me that day, she said, "Where'd you get those sunglasses?" I lied to her. So now I was a thief, but I was also a liar. Being disobedient to my parents. They didn't like that, and now I had to lie and pretend that I was somewhere else. And they didn't know where I was at. I've often thought, what would have happened to me if I'd have stayed with that group? I don't know all the boys, I can't remember everybody's name in that little group. But I know we were involved in some wrong stuff. And I was only 10 or 11 years old. But I was starting down a bad path. A path that could have today landed me in prison somewhere. But remember, after 5th grade, my family moved from Maple Street. We moved out of town in Cumberland. We moved out in the country. And there weren't any other houses within sight where we lived, all by ourselves. And the only people I had to play with was an older sister, an older brother, 2 younger brothers, and a younger sister. And we had a pet pig and some chickens, and you've heard how I played with the chickens. That got me in trouble too. But I did a lot better out in the country, away from that bad influence. And so if you're hanging out with someone that you recognize already, they're encouraging you to do some wrong things, you best get away from them. I'm just thankful that God caused my family to move. God moved me away. I didn't see that group again. I went to a different school. I don't know what happened to them. But I'm glad that God put me with some smarter people. I got some new friends and some better friends. Friends that weren't going to steer me down a bad path. So when your parents say, "I don't want you hanging out with them," you stay away from them. They're bad news. They'll get you into trouble. You believe that. And you stay away from them. So remember, he who walks with the wise shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. Pick your friends wisely. Have a good day. God bless the USA.